Hello, everybody.
Hey, good
Hi,
afternoon.
Linda.
Happy Friday.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So my favorite first question, by a show of hands, who's seen the video for today? Cool. Okay, good. My next question is going to be when you do your check-in, I'd like to know what category you're placing yourself in. So let's go ahead and start with you, Stan.
You always start with me.
I don't always start. You're closest to me on the screen.
There's always a reason. One day, the silliest day is it was shortest hair. So I'm doing fine. Breathing and water are good. I've sort of formed a bad habit over the last few days, which I'm rectifying, which is having my Alka-Geyser later in the day instead of at breakfast. But that leads me to a question, which is, Eric said something on the video today about having 2 or 3 Alka-Geysers a day. That's really what we should be doing?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it and plenty of benefit to it.
Okay, I mean, I know it's good to get more vegetables, but yeah. Okay.
So what I would say around that, Stan, is that, and you know, if you're making up a whole blender full anyway, right? So like if you-
Right, but that's 2.
Yeah, but if you're reaching a point at some point in the day where you're scrounging for something and not quite sure what, another Alka-Geyser certainly would not hurt by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. All right. I had another surprising bathroom experience today. So I thought, well, I'm going to go and weigh myself early, and I'm down another 2 pounds.
So what's that make for you so far altogether?
14, I think.
Oh.
Let me hang out. No, 16.
Awesome.
16. Yeah. I think it might have been more if I hadn't been hitting the nuts fairly hard. So Alka-Geysers instead of nuts is probably a good idea for that, among other reasons.
Yeah, there you go.
But it seems like, you know, the very, like I had dinner at your house last night, and I don't think the level of things like of what's the word, middle foods, has done me any harm. So that part's good. I've actually finally started noticing my clothes getting looser. That took a while to happen. Something else. In the video, Eric gave some, you know, criteria for things in, you know, achievements or what's the word, improvements, I guess. I haven't really had any improvement with arthritis. I'm still getting joint pain. But I did, when he was talking about inflammations, I realized that I used to scratch my head a lot. My scalp seemed like it was always itchy. And I haven't changed what shampoo I use, but it's much, much less itchy now. It'll be like, you know, once or twice a day, there will be some spot that itches, and everybody gets itches from time to time. So that one's a definite improvement that I had not noticed before. I also went back to journaling and kind of made up for some recent things that I should have put in at the time and didn't, but now I'm caught up. So going forward, I can make it contemporaneous because I think that'll really help me too.
Good.
Wednesday, I accomplished something that I'd been putting off for a very long time. It turned out to be much easier than I thought it would be, which was good. Driving back from it, though, my food devil was really active. He said, well, now that you've done that, you know, you really should celebrate somehow. And I happened to pass a Classic Burgers in Inyokern, and I thought, gee, maybe they had milkshakes. Now, I did not turn into the parking lot, so I handled the thought okay. And then next thing was, of course, my food devil wanted me to have a glass of wine in the evening to celebrate. And that one was pretty easy to reject too, because I knew what would happen. If I opened a bottle to have a glass, that wouldn't be the last glass. So I think I'm on track with what Eric was talking about, where we still get these thoughts, but they're easier to dismiss. And I am excited about staying the course and really locking in that behavior, because the buzzword is lasting change, and that's what I really need. But for right now, I'm happy. I mean, when I was 26, at work we had a weight loss contest to lose 10% of our weight, and at that point I weighed 220. So I'm now at the lowest weight I've been in 45 years.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks.
That's all really good news.
Yeah, and soon I hope I'll actually feel better in the other physical ways. But I'm staying the course and really trying to be pretty rigorous about doing it right.
Cool.
That's why you got the carrots yesterday from my neighbor. I didn't eat them.
Well, and that's also why I was like really, really careful about what I was giving you for dinner, because I didn't want to sabotage what you're trying to accomplish either. So I think
I understand.
I think that's absolutely awesome. And
the real challenge is going to be to have people over for dinner, but I'll figure that out.
Yeah, and it is and it isn't a challenge, Dan. I'll just share from my perspective. I always, I've always managed since I started WildFit to be able to make a completely WildFit friendly meal and nobody feels deprived.
Well, the biggie is wine, and I will serve that to my guests and not have any myself. And if somebody says anything, I'll just say, which is the truth. Yeah, right now I'm just taking a vacation from wine.
Right. And, you may decide to do something different when the challenge is over.
Right. Oh yeah, I know. I'm already thinking about that, but not really making plans because it's another 5 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, it sounds like you're doing great. I think the weight.
I do think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you're excited about staying the course. I think that's amazing.
I guess one last thing I'll say is I haven't really noticed improvement in sleep in enough to notice. But last night I had a really good night's sleep. I was in bed at 10:30, still reasonably alert, and asleep by 11. And then, not counting bathroom breaks, I slept till past 6.
Nice.
And that's like a normal person sleeping around the clock. So that's the first good night I've had since I had one good night last week too. That's one reason I'm going to start journaling, because I'm going to keep track of sleep and see if it's actually better than I think, or worse.
Yeah.
But I think it could be better. So I'll find out anyway.
And let me throw this thought in around sleep for you. One of the things that's been proven in studies over and over and over is that the more consistent you can make your bedtime, the better your night's sleep.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. It's just, it seems like very hard to go to bed when I'm still fully alert.
Yeah, I understand that, because I kind of had the same thing when I started doing it. But if you choose to get on a consistent schedule, your body will adjust to that, and going to sleep will not be the issue that it seems to be currently.
Okay, well then let me make a commitment that for the next 7 days, I will be in bed by 9:30.
Cool. That sounds great.
And I'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And then, you don't need to set a clock to get up for most days anyway. And this is
correct.
This is how I started regulating my sleep to begin with. The first thing I did was pick a bedtime. And when I first started doing this, my bedtime was much later than it is currently. But that was the first thing I did. And I didn't set a clock. I would just stay in bed for as long as my body felt like it needed to do. So,
right.
And then what starts to happen after some time when you're doing that is my body was regulating itself to how much sleep it actually needed. And there was very little difference in time between when I got up from one day to the next. I mean, it was generally within minutes without setting a clock. So.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Just one last accomplishment.
Sure.
I bought Wednesday. I went to Stater Brothers and got vegetables, 2 that I've hardly ever have had, which are cabbage and cauliflower. I mean, hardly ever cooked. And I've never made cauliflower rice. That's on the docket for this weekend. And the third vegetable I bought was, thank you, Linda, bok choy, which I have eaten in Chinese restaurants, but never prepared in any way, shape, or form at home. So I'm thinking probably alkalizers, but I'll see how that goes. Anyway, trying to expand, and that's kind of a nice challenge.
Cool, 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 cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you all for indulging me.
Nope, absolutely. I'm going to say, Stan, I think that you have been doing, this is a great share, and I at least, and I'm going to encourage everybody else to, round of applause. Congratulations on a job well done, staying the course.
Well, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Linda, what's going on
Hi.
with you? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Stan, one last thing. What category are you assigning yourself, please?
I could make a case for 2 or 3, but I think 3 because I sort of really want to be more, I want to take this to the max.
Okay, cool.
I don't have a specific weight goal in mind, but I've always had this image of, you see kind of some old people who are fairly stringy. And my image is that, they're not carrying around all the extra weight, so they're healthier. So I don't know if that's ever going to be me, but without torturing myself, I'd like to get close to that if I can.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you.
So category 3.
Okie doke. Got it. Okay, Linda, what's going on with you?
Yeah, no, it's good. Breathing, I do several times during the day. Plenty of water. Let's see here. Food, I lost 1 pound, so down 6. And I think what happens is this little cup right here gets a little too full of nuts. So I have decided just to really take my variety, put it in my hand. That's a handful, dump it in my cup, and that's it for the day. So I'm going to cut back on the nuts. I'm enjoying the egg salad. I keep that in the refrigerator. To see what I have. I got the celery, onions, tomatoes, dill, and just eggs. And I got my eggs cooking now where all the yolks are beautifully yellow, not green or any other color.
Are you using
So
the
that's
Instant
been
Pot?
good. Huh?
Are you using the Instant Pot?
Nope. I just good old fashioned boil them for 10 minutes exactly and pull them out, cool them off, and peel them. So, I did something I haven't done in 30 years. I went and bought those Polish sausages that you told me to get that do not come in chicken.
Right.
They come in beef. So I ate beef. It took me psychologically a little time to put it in my mouth, think about it. But then when I read about the company, and it seems like that they're not as brutal at all, and they actually care about the animals, which made it a little bit easier. At least they were healthy. At least they were in good hands. At least they weren't fed shit, So I ate them. They were really good too.
Really good.
So I browned them in avocado oil, guys, so is an excellent frying oil. It gets thinned out and it fries great. So I fried it in onions, green peppers from my garden, and I even put tomatoes in there, sliced tomatoes from my garden, and then those 1 sausage per serving for me. And then I just fried it all up, and I made enough for 2 days. And so that was good. It was tasty. Man, I put some garlic in there and salt and pepper. It was good.
And did you post your recipe?
Well, no, I'm telling everybody, but I can't.
No, go post it so we've got a longer term record.
Okay, I will.
Preferably with a picture.
I know it's kind of late for it to. It's in the refrigerator now, but anyways.
Okay.
So that was really good. Drinking. I used to take the blender and just stuff it with all the greens. Still doing that. Stuff it to the top. It takes a while. I grind it up for a couple of minutes so it's nice and smooth. It comes out like baby food, and I get this big jug of it, and then a couple little cups. I'm drinking the whole thing now in one day.
Okay.
And that helps me in the evening time when I'm feeling like food devil, get a handful of nuts, salt. Yeah, okay, green. Pull the green out. If I gotta eat, it's gonna be an Alka-Seltzer after dinner. So that's been kind of a little hack that worked well for me, so I don't get tempted. Drinking my tea, nighttime tea, Stan, highly recommend. Sleepy time with a combination of real lavender. You get the real lavender buds on Amazon Organic, which you could seep into your tea, which is delightful.
Or in my backyard.
Or from your backyard, right? So that's been really helpful. My sleep has been good. Jesus, the dreams I have. I was like, who fucking dreams of this shit? Like the cartel, drugs and cartel. I had a dream about that. It's like, I have no clue. I have no clue why they were after me, but they were after me. I call it the food devil chasing me in my dreams, really wanting to get into me and be that rebellion little brat that I've always been. Other than that, Sally, life is good.
Good.
Exercising today. Where was I today? I exercised in the Tom, Dick, and Harry Trail in Oregon near Mount Hood. That's where I hiked today.
Cool. In Oregon?
Yeah. So
are you doing Bit Gym or something?
I have the Nordic track with the big screen.
Gotcha.
I go to different parts of the country, and I thought, oh, I want to see Mirror Lake. Never been there. It was beautiful little lake up there by the Cascades. So
do allow a lake next time.
Huh?
Do allow a lake next time.
I'm sorry, Dana. I didn't get
Allowa.
Do allow a. I'll probably type it in the chat.
Okay.
Cool. So Linda, I want to circle back to the food devil chasing you in your dreams. And one of the things that I want to check in on that is, Stan reported that when the food devil's been rearing his ugly little head, he's been much easier to resist. Is that true for you as well, or?
Oh, in real life, yes, but in my dreams, honestly, Sally, I pulled out the dream book. I'm keeping track of all my dreams.
Good.
2 nights in a row where something nasty was happening or didn't feel good happening to me. Each time I thought, oh my God, I ate that. I wasn't supposed to eat that. That's not on my wild fit. It's in the back of my mind. So I'm in my dreams eating what I'm not supposed to eat, knowing I'm making these choices that I'm not supposed to make and doing it anyways, because that's all there is, right? And so it's just been like a wild little journey. So thoroughly enjoying it because I wake up going, dream, succeed, so.
Good. Are you noticing any other improvements for, things like hair or skin or aches or pains or any of that kind of stuff?
Well, my jeans, I did a little video. It's like I had to my jeans. It's not tight anymore. I could wear them all day. They're not grabbing and grasping and hurting, So I was thrilled about that. Thank you, Stan. I'll take that because it's been a long time. The other thing I noticed is I get a lot of pain in my ankles.
Mm-hmm.
That has subsided a bit. I was noticing, oh my God, I ran 2 days in a row. That's not normal for me, right?
Nice.
And so, yeah, so that was good. This thumb right here isn't aching as much. A lot of times when I go pick up the pencil to write, I had broke this thumb when I was 14. And as I got older, when I pick up the pencil to write, excruciating pain, that's not happening as often.
Great. So
that means inflammation is coming a little less than what I had before. And the gut, stomach aches. On occasion, when I drink too much, I will get that upper stomach ache, that kind of like, I probably drank too much greens today. But not the lower intestines where I used to get very bad pain.
Cool.
So that's a change.
Nice. It's really hard for me to make notes when the cat keeps pushing my hand with the pen in it. Sorry.
And the camera makes him look like a giant monster.
It does, without a doubt. So what category are you putting yourself in, Linda?
3. So I did not even look at one, the category 1 stuff he said to do. I thought, no, I'm not going to even put myself there because I'm not emotionally I want to be there and I didn't want to cause myself any discomfort. So I chose not to watch it. I want to stick with 3. I want to lose more weight. I want to get down to my goal.
Cool. So do you have a specific number that you're looking for?
I do.
Sorry, not only is the cat interfering, but my pen just ran out of ink.
And I also, it's not the number I would have had when I was 30 years old. I gave myself a realistic goal, something that I know I'd be able to maintain.
I would just say with respect to that, one thing to keep in mind is a number is just a number, and
Mhm.
pay more attention to how you feel like you look in your clothes, you know, what your body composition is doing, all that stuff.
Yeah, I am paying close attention to that.
Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. Good job. Jeanette, happy Friday to you.
Thank you. Happy Friday to you. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. So I'm having to do it from my phone and I'm having a poor connection today.
Ah, sorry.
Nope, not at all. So my sleep is doing awesome. I'm drinking lots of water. I don't think I'm drinking enough Alka-Geyser. I'm only doing it in the morning, and then I usually pack a lunch and have a light dinner. So I'm going to try and increase my Alka-Geyser intake. My hunger has been diminished. Ketones, I got the ketone strips, and so I'm watching how sensitive my body is to various things. So, yesterday I was in moderate ketosis. This morning I'm in light ketosis. So I'm going back and looking at what I ate yesterday that might have been a trigger of some sort. Like I had a well, I'm just going to go back and look at my food for yesterday. There might be something there. And I did discover I've been drinking Bengal spiced tea in the morning, and it's got carob in it, which is
It's
a
got
sugar.
what?
Carob.
Ah,
That's a sugar. So, I need to, and here's the weird thing is the first Bengal spice box I had didn't have it. The second one, I drank it and I'm like, God, this is so good. It's like drinking a cinnamon roll. This must be my taste buds changing. Wow. And Sally said this would happen. And then about 2 days ago, I read it and went, this is just too damn sweet. And I went, this one has carob in it. So it's still Bengal spice, but they changed the recipe from the first box I had.
that happens sometimes, and it's really disappointing when you found something that you like and then they change it and made it bad.
Yeah, absolutely. I have noticed my nails are stronger. I haven't noticed a difference with my hair or skin, but my nails are much stronger. I do feel more energy. I don't get that brain fog. I think I even mentioned that last week that I looked at the clock and went, wow, it's 4. Because usually 2:30 I get the brain fog, and I tell what time it is based on that. So I'm not getting that. Exercising, I've just been weeding and trying to walk. So Sprouts, where's Sprouts? Is that in Bakersfield?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to Bakersfield this next week. I will go to Sprouts.
It's on Stockdale.
Yeah, and
Out past Trader Joe's.
okay, and Lassen's Organic Foods.
Lassen's is hit or miss for me. I mean,
Okay.
some things they've got that are good. I kind of like Sprouts better, and they're cheaper.
Okay, I'll go to Sprouts. And so it was about 2 days ago. I had a client and it took long. Oh no, it was Monday. I had a client. It was longer than I anticipated. Being with her, it was just a very complicated, sticky situation. I didn't have my lunch with me, and I still wasn't done working with the client. And I said, "Let's go get some lunch." And I thought, "Okay, let's do this right." And it was Steampunk Cafe, who I go there quite a bit. And I said, "I just want grilled chicken, salt, pepper, avocado, and tomatoes, please. That's all I want." And they said, "What about a side?" And I go, "Can you just shred red cabbage for me?" They said, "Can we do that with maybe salt, pepper, and vinegar?" I went, "Perfect." And so they took care of that for me.
Cool.
So I was actually able to eat out without, no brioche bun. I didn't do the bacon that they offered because I couldn't see the ingredients on the bacon to see if it had sugar or not in it. So I passed on the bacon. So, and the next day my ketosis was, my urine stick was perfect. So I'm like, well, good to know. I need to go out. I know now what I need to do. To that one restaurant that will, they do everything fresh, so it's fine. And next time they said they could make me a fish bowl, is what they called it, where they could do like a cabbage with grilled fish on top of it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yes. Yeah, so they're like, just ask for it. It's not on the menu, but we've got diabetic patients who ask for it. Okay,
Well, and
cool.
I'll say again, just as a reminder to everybody, when you look at a menu, don't look at it as meals to order. Look at it as a list of ingredients from which you can pick and choose.
Right.
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 Because they've got, if they've got something that has cabbage on the menu, then the chances are really good that you can have a side of cabbage.
Right. Right. And it was fresh cabbage. It wasn't cooked, but they put olive oil, vinegar, and they told me salt, pepper, just to give it some flavor since it's fresh. I'm like, sure. It wasn't a milky substance. It was really good. It was red cabbage.
Good.
I'm really enjoying my energy levels a lot. It's amazing how my routine has changed. So I usually come home, change my pajamas, wash my face, make dinner, and then chill for the rest of the night. And now it's come home, put my pajamas on, wash my face, or outdoor clothes, and make dinner, and then either clean or attack the yard, or I work up until about 9 o'clock at night, and then I start winding down again to try and calm myself down. But my energy levels are amazing.
Cool.
This week for food, I made cauliflower pizza crust just with cauliflower rice. I cooked it, added eggs and a little bit of almond flour to give it a thickening. And I made about 6 of them, and I have them in the freezer that I can use.
Would you
So
please put the recipe on the Facebook group?
So my Facebook has been hacked. So I'm working on getting into my Facebook account, my passwords and stuff. So I am working on that, but it's not the top priority but I will be working on it. I also made cream of broccoli soup. I took broccoli, slightly frightened it, put it in my blender, added chicken broth, and then I added coconut milk to make it a little creamy.
Mhm.
And that was great. And then I've been eating a lot of vegetable omelets without cheese. This weekend, I am making chocolate chip cookies. So I'm going to make sure that I'm full on alkagizers while I eat them, but I'm afraid I will be tempted because, they smell good and everything.
So are you
and
just making them to torture yourself, or?
No, I'm making them. So my husband and I met on Halloween. And so my kids come home for Halloween and we celebrate it as an anniversary. So I caught a little bit of, Stan, it sounds like you're getting ready to entertain this soon. So I'm making the typical things I do for Halloween. I just won't partake, and that's fine. So chocolate chip cookies is one thing that they will want when they leave. My kids will, and my foster kids will. But I'm making sugar cookies and all that stuff. But we're already talked to the kids and said, we're going to have a grilled tri-tip Brussels sprouts and root vegetables for dinner. And they're like, that's cool. That's
Nice.
great. We get pizza. I'm like, yeah, no, we can't, but that's okay. I'll make a roasted, a tri-tip and with in a tray. We'll just do a big pan and they're all fine with that, and a big salad. And they can drink the wine and stuff. And I don't think I will be tempted.
Good.
And if I am, I'll just, deal with my temptation. I will tell you, when I was weeding this last week, I have a raised brick wall, and I was hopping up and down the brick wall to weed and take stuff down. And I stepped on the trash bag as I went to go jump down, and I slipped and lost my footing and I fell about 3 feet, which isn't a big deal, but I landed on the wall, the corner edge of the wall, on my shin. I couldn't get up for about 30 minutes. I mean, I thought I broke my leg.
Wow.
Oh, God, this freaking hurts. So after 2 hours, I could put weight on it. I went upstairs, put CBD oil on it, and went, man, this is going to leave one wicked bruise. I didn't bruise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. I
didn't bruise. And that's big because since chemo, I can run into a counter corner, like an island corner, and I'll have a bruise. It's hot to the touch. I could feel it through my jeans. It's a little swollen, but no bruising.
Excellent. That's good news.
That surprised the crap out of me, honestly, because I woke up the next morning and went, okay, let's take a look at it. Let's see how ugly this thing's going to be. And I went, there's not a bruise? Really? So I was pretty stoked.
As well you should be.
Yeah, that surprised me. That tells me that what I'm eating is helping my body heal and stay healthy. That is, to me,
Which was the big point for you.
that is my only point. Yeah. So and I haven't weighed myself. I know when I gain weight, I gain it everywhere from my face to my feet, everywhere evenly. So I can tell I'm losing it evenly. But I don't know what I've lost. And I'm going to put myself in a category 2, but I may
Okay.
change, because to me, it's not about the weight loss. That's a bonus. It's about health.
Mhm.
When I get to the weight that I think is ideal for what my doctor and what, my oncologist has said is a good weight for me, then I will evaluate and say, yep, this feels like a good weight for me. Or, you know what? I think I'd like a little bit less off, or I'd like to weigh less. So I'm going to be your difficult child and say, I'm a 2 right now. When I reach that goal, I may reevaluate.
Okay, that's cool. No, and that's absolutely the way it should be. And I'm only asking everybody to tell me where you're placing yourself, because like that, I want your rationale behind it.
Yeah.
And, so far everybody's like spot on. Nothing, no complaints, no, I don't feel like I need to counsel you about, oh, what do you want to think about this? No, it's perfect. Makes complete and total sense. So good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Dana.
So I had my nerves killed yesterday.
Congratulations.
I had the first night in 14 years that I didn't wake up in pain.
Wow. Wow.
Congratulations.
Woohoo.
Great.
That's amazing.
That's really amazing. Well, you don't know all of Dana's history, but that's a huge, huge deal.
So I'm still sore from the procedure, but it was the right one.
Cool.
So,
Good.
and my legs aren't cramping today, which is kind of cool. So usually cramping all the time. I didn't have a good day yesterday. I was in a lot of pain, but I'm pretty good today. As far as weight, I'm down another couple pounds. What I've found is I have to make sure I eat enough protein or I am not dropping weight.
You might need to be eating more fat too.
Yeah, I started adding more nuts too.
And
Like Linda, who's got to cut down on the nuts, I wasn't eating enough, and that's a good fat. So
what's your position on avocado?
I like avocado. I have it in my Alka-Geyser.
Yeah, so avocado is, like add a little more avocado to your Alka-Geyser or put it on a salad or whatever, as opposed to nuts, because avocado has different phytonutrients that actually seem to accelerate weight loss more so than just eating nuts still.
Okay, that's fine with me. I love avocados. I
Cool.
like them plain with salt and pepper on them.
Yeah. How far down are you? What's your total loss at this point?
I'm down 17 pounds.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys,
Congratulations.
But I just sat there plateauing until I started eating a little bit more. So I needed to eat more. You might want to play around with that, Linda.
Yeah.
I feel like I eat a lot.
Well, but you might need to eat some more things with substance to them, a little more protein, because I don't think you're getting a whole lot of that. Anyway, I just had to eat more to start losing. And once your body's really happy with that, you just shed it. Boom, off it comes.
Jeez.
I can see it in your face, Dana.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, even I went to when I was at the doctor, the doctor didn't notice it because he didn't see me except laying on the table. So, but when I walked out, his wife goes, "God, you've lost a lot of weight." So,
And how did that make you feel?
it made me feel good because most of my pants are kind of hanging. I'd like to lose more around the middle. That's not where it's coming off, but that's all right.
That's always the last place for it to come off on women.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was kind of in the same position. It's like, wow, everything else is cool. And I still have a lot more around the middle than I want. And I mean, honestly, I still have more around the middle than I would really optimally like to have, but it's so much less. I'm not stressed over that.
So I'm wearing my tight jeans and they're not tight at all.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
super cool. I love that.
So I will be happy when I can get back into the jeans that I really want to wear.
I know, me too. I hear that.
So here's my other piece of advice on clothing, guys. Once you're back into, like, if you've already got clothes of a lower size that you want to be in, once you're there, get rid of the big clothes. Don't hold on to them.
It's my pleasure. Shred them.
Yeah. Or donate them.
You know, I think one of the struggles I have, because I'm eating full, you know, I eat. I don't cheat myself out of the food or try to lose weight that way. But I'm up against some medication for the neuropathy that makes me gain it. So I keep telling myself, it's one less pound. It's
Yep.
one.
The
You
other
know-
thing is my blood pressure was super low right before my procedure, which it's never usually been low right before the procedure.
That's excellent.
It's really
Yeah.
great. Yeah, good, Dana.
So, and I'm still in a 3. I got a ways to go. But it's the first time in probably 5 years that I've been able to drop weight fairly easily.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I know I'm circling back and forth, but I want to circle back to Linda for a second because in addition to Dana's suggestion about protein, for you, it might be more about avocado. Are you putting avocado in your Alka-Geyser?
I do. I eat a whole avocado every day.
So you might want to up it a little more.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Less fats, more avocado, and maybe more protein.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say, you know, fat first,
Right.
protein second for you.
Okay. Okay.
That's my guess. But play around with it and see where it lands.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that this week. I'm just so happy that we're still in spring. I'm just thrilled.
Well, I got to say, I love the fact that you're happy about it because, as Eric has made clear, you know, sometimes we get to this point and people aren't thrilled about still being in spring.
Nah,
But
I'm on board.
there will come a time when we're cycling out of it because you can't stay in spring forever and actually be healthy. But we'll get to that part. Dana, what else is going on for you? You said, you know, you had good sleep, legs not cramping, tight jeans aren't tight, blood pressure was low. What about things like other aches and pains? Any kind of like niggling stuff that you're noticing gone?
Most of mine's nerve pain. So nerve pain's
Right. A whole different
kind of
animal.
hard to get rid of. Ice is about the only thing, and it's kind of cold here, so I don't want to ice too much.
Mhm. How about skin, hair, nails, that kind of stuff?
My nails are a lot stronger. My hair has always grown really fast, so I just got another inch cut off in it. So an inch a month. That's what I
Wow.
get cut off.
That's really fast.
That's really fast.
It is, but I have it grows pretty fast. I do have a lot of new hair growth.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's important to keep track of these things for yourselves, guys, too, because as Eric said in the video today, it's this kind of every bit of little progress is what fuels motivation. And motivation is what makes it easier to say to the food devil, yeah, whatever, not doing that, not this time. That's not important. And as he also mentioned in the video, once the aches and the pains and the whatevers go away, we tend to forget that they ever existed. So we don't want to lose track of the good stuff that's coming down.
No, it's all good stuff. Well, I got to get to another appointment, so I'm going to hop off.
Tell me your category first, please.
3.
Is that mostly because of weight or because of the way you're feeling or a combination?
It's both. I want to get rid of the fat tire in the middle.
Awesome.
When that's gone, I'll be satisfied. And I don't really care what weight I weigh. I care what pants I can fit in.
Yep.
I love that concept. That's
Mhm.
the concept, yeah.
Because I'm a lot stronger than I was before I got hurt. So I do know muscle weighs more than fat. So I don't care what weight, but I do care what size.
Yeah. And how you feel overall. Absolutely. That all sounds really, really good. I'm going to ask you guys to please, when you make something that you like, post the recipe in the Facebook group so that everybody else gets the opportunity to see other ideas. We're all in this together. I don't want to, you know, if I'm the primary source of recipes, you'll be eating what I'm eating instead of what you should be eating. So it's really about getting ideas for stuff. And this is part of what makes WildFit so different from everything else, is that, you know, generally what happens in everything else is you just get a list of foods to eat. Eat this, don't eat that. And there's no judgment involved.
Well, I can modify the lamb shank recipe for without wine, but it's way better with the wine.
Yeah, well, and so when you do that, one of the things to say might be, and actually, I might replace the wine with beef broth to get some depth.
You use chicken broth in it because of the curry. The beef broth will make it look kind of funky, but if you want it to be pretty.
Yeah, well, I'll be interested in seeing what you come up with. And
I'll just take the wine out.
yeah, and you can always add it back in later.
I will probably leave it in when I cook it for my husband because he really likes it.
Uh-huh.
And the meat that we're eating it on is super, super tough, and it helps tenderize it too.
Yeah. So does salt.
I don't cook with salt because I've had high blood pressure, but if it keeps going down the way it is, I'm going to have to get rid of some of the pills.
Uh-huh. And that's what we really want to head for.
Mm-hmm.
And for most people, if you're using Himalayan pink rock salt, it really does not have any effect on your blood pressure. You might want to do a little Googling around that. All right, last question before I let you go, Dana. Is Alan seeing any difference in your weight?
He's noticing that my butt's not bigger. He's noticing that it's smaller.
Cool.
He said that the other day. I took it as an offhanded comment, but
but it was Alan. So there's that.
it was Alan.
And what about anybody else, like in the office or anything? Anybody noticing?
People that haven't been in the office really notice it. The people I'm seeing every day, you know, you're dropping it over time, so they're not really noticing it. But the people that haven't been around, when they come in, they go, God, you've lost a lot of weight.
Cool.
So.
Cool. All right. I know you said you had to jump, so feel free to hop off. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it.
Talk to you guys Monday.
Bye, Dana. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
So I'm like super impressed with everybody. You guys are all doing amazing. I'm blown away, just blown away by everybody's progress. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to make a comment on the ketosis strips.
Mm-hmm.
What I found is if I drink a ton of water and then test my urine, the color gets a lot lighter on the strip, right? So, and I learned that. I started Googling. It's like, why in the evening is it so much lighter, in the morning so much darker? So it's more concentrated in the morning, and so that might help you, Jeanette, with your sticks. Yeah. And I also bought the Dario. It's a blood sugar monitor stab. You put it on a little piece of paper, stick it in your phone, and it tells you what your blood sugar is. So my blood sugar's been stable. It has not been high.
Cool.
Yeah. So I just wanted to add those comments.
And what's that called? Dario? Can you spell it?
Dario. The Dario is an app. It's for iPhone and Android.
Interesting. Where'd you get your ketosis sticks? Was that Amazon or?
Yeah, Amazon ketosis. Yep.
Cool.
I got Walmart, but they're all, you know, if you get the one specifically for keto, they measure the ketones that are being released in your urine. And I usually do it first thing in the morning.
Cool. Well, I love data. I may have to get some and check it out.
Well, that people have a reaction to lemon and it can alter their ketosis. I thought, you know, I need to see. And like the Bengal spice, I think that threw me off by several days because I was getting first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got rid of the tea, then that foggy brain, and I felt so much better. So I'm like, it kills me that I was that sensitive to it. So I'm just watching it, and it helps me monitor the food.
Well, and that's absolutely worth keeping track of to really notice the sensitivities, right?
Right, exactly, exactly. So, yeah, I will say though, I went grocery shopping yesterday, and they've got all the holiday stuff out, and I walked by, and went crap, crap, toxic poison. Next, I mean, I was in like 10, crap, crap, toxic poison, and moving, and
Say it out loud.
no, no, because
Say it out loud.
oh, well, you know what though, because I look around and I can see it's in other people's carts.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to be one of those people that I hated, where I'm looking at people's carts and seeing what's in your cart. Wow. Okay. All right.
That says
That's
a
it.
lot about you.
That's it. I'm a people watcher.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I do the same thing. I look at their cart and it's like, wow, well, that says a lot about you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yes. I'm like, interesting. But I would have done that probably 2 months ago. Yep. I would have picked that pumpkin swirl cake thing up to take to work, but I'm not doing that anymore. So, yeah.
I spent half an hour in Walmart yesterday reading labels in the meat section where I had never been before. And there's not a single, there's I don't know how many linear feet of bacon and sausage and smoked sausage and not hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. Not a single one of them can we eat. Every single one has sugar without exception. But they did have some beef burgers in the freezer section, and the only ingredient listed on the package was beef.
There you go.
It's either, I think it's 85%. So I bought some, and they're actually pretty good cooked from directly frozen without thawing them first. Because for whatever reason, I've been kind of having a beef craving.
I've been getting turkey breast, and all it is turkey breast and I think salt, and that's it.
Where do
but-
you find that, and what kind?
Yeah.
I get it at Albertsons, and I can run downstairs and find in the fridge real quick.
No, that's good. I'm heading to Albertsons later today. Thank you. That's a great tip.
Forget ham.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Look at the name brand for you real quick.
Cool. And one of the reasons for forget ham is that it's one of the most highly processed foods made. That is ostensibly not a highly processed food. It doesn't come in a box, right? But it's got a lot of not good for you things in its processing for the most part.
I wonder if it's a different way of doing it from, like, if you went to a ranch and they slaughter their own pigs and they go to the butcher, they cut all the pieces. I wonder if there's a way to process it that is more healthy.
Yeah, if you're hanging your own ham, I think it is doable to make it more healthy. I mean, back east, a big deal was a Smithfield cured ham, which was salt cured.
Yes, exactly. Salt. That's what I was.
But use good quality salt.
Yes.
Let's let Jeanette talk and hold up her package.
This is the first one. This is the best one as far as ingredients. The ingredients are organic turkey breast, water, and less than 2% salt.
Cool. And what's that? True story?
True story. It's expensive, and then this one is, I think this is Dietz and Meyer. Yeah, Dietz and Watson. And it is turkey breast, water, salt, potassium, vinegar, and canola oil.
Yeah, the canola oil is not great.
Yeah, that's an inflammation builder.
Yeah.
Oil. That's the most highly processed oil.
So out of the two, I would choose this one then.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was great. Absolutely.
yeah, true. And they have other products, but I'm going to try them. But I get the lettuce. What's it called? Not iceberg. The ones that yes.
Yeah.
And I will do a roll with the lettuce, the turkey, and avocado, and roll it up.
That sounds good.
It's fantastic. Usually lunch.
And just a reminder, Sprouts does carry a brand of bacon that we can eat. I posted a picture in Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and it really, to me, tastes exactly like bacon. It's not any kind of a dietary compromise.
See, and wouldn't that be great? Turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, no bread. Perfect.
Yep.
What was the other one? And then prosciutto. Dietz and Watson has prosciutto, where it's just Mhm.
And this is
That's-
all Albertsons?
All Albertsons.
Okay.
Wow.
I never shopped there except for bourbon.
They usually have better quality food items and stuff I shop the perimeter of the grocery store typically. So I like Albertsons, but I'm gonna have to run to Sprouts and Trader Joe's, I guess, this week.
You know, Costco, let me get the package. I may have posted it. Carries that bacon I was telling you about, and it's absolutely delicious. Let me show it to you. I'll be right back.
Cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Show and
But-
tell.
Well, and it'll be interesting if we can get it at our Costco versus her Costco, because that happens too. But
See, and I'm
Yeah.
avoiding Costco because of all the people, just the sheer volume of people, just to avoid COVID.
yeah.
Yep.
I do it relatively infrequently, but I almost feel safer in Costco than I do in other places because the aisles are wider and stuff like that.
It's fun. It's
Tender belly.
That's where that came from. Okay.
so delicious. And if you notice, if you look close, there's actually meat in it. It's not just loaded with fat, right? And so I do go through them and pick out the most meatiest
Of
ones.
course.
And here's the ingredients: pork belly, spices, sea salt, and celery powder. That's it. No antibiotics, no hormones, no nitrates, and it's paleo approved.
So where do they store that?
It's in, hold on, let me think. It's in the cabinet. I opened up the glass doors. So
Like where the rest of the lunch meat is?
yep, that's where I found it.
Okay.
And then I found the Teton Polish, that's in the aisles on the
Right.
cross. Yeah. So, and always vegetarian fed, always crate free. So expensive, but worth every penny.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Well, I'd rather eat healthy food. When I went through chemo, my doctor said something that was profound but yet simplistic. If food can make you ill, Jeanette, food can cure you.
Mhm. And
So
good quality food is less expensive than bad quality drugs.
that's right. That's right. That's
That's true.
that's exactly right. You know, it's insane. But yeah, he was an amazing doctor. He talked a lot about how a lot of people get cured without having to go through chemo and surgeries, but just simply changing their diet to healthy diets like what we're doing.
Exactly. And, Eric has some clients who have said they've been able to completely avoid chemo just because of having been on WildFit. And
Yeah.
a lot of people have been able to completely cure type 2 diabetes. I mean, really straightening out your nutrition is a big, big deal.
Yeah.
And
Well, what Dr. Suden had said is that we all get cancer at some point in time, but if our bodies are healthy, it fights and eliminates it, so it never becomes a problem. It becomes a problem
Wow.
yes, we all get it. It's a natural part of our life. But if you're healthy, your body attacks it and kills it before it has a chance to root and grow. So when you have a diminished immune system, then cancer grows. And if you look at the percentages of people who are getting cancer all the time, and then you look at our diet, it goes hand in hand. So a healthy immune system will kill any kind of cancer.
Sal, I have to say this has probably been the most eye-opening experience I've had, because I read about this stuff all the time, but until you're in the middle of it all, experiencing it all, it just brings a whole new meaning. So I'm so glad I signed up.
well, good. I'm glad you did as well. And I'm really pleased that you're having a great experience.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think we've been fed so much false information by quote unquote reliable sources. This makes sense. It's intuitive and it's easy for me to follow because I understand it. I understand it's not the list like you say. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's not on my list. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? So bacon may not be on my list, but let me take a look and see what's in it. Yeah, I can have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's educating us to really be aware of what's true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And knowing what's true makes a huge difference,
It's really funny. A lot of it's just common sense that we seem to have lost along the way.
I'll go one further. I think the common sense has been brainwashed out of us by the food industry and potentially the medical industry.
Yes, I agree with you. That's that's how I feel. You just put them, you wrap that up even more nicely.
And we've also become a convenience society. Everything's disposable, everything's convenient. If it's not convenient, it's not worth doing. And, you know, having to plan my meals for the week, it's not convenient, but I feel better about it.
Yeah,
So, but hey, I've got a call coming in that I've been trying to catch for about 3 days. So I'm gonna
Cool.
get out, guys.
all right, thank
Bye,
you.
Jeanette.
Bye.
Any closing words for you, Stan? We've been kind of monopolizing among the women.
Well, that's okay. I kind of monopolized the first part. I think just something Jeanette said resonated with me, that I have been a big fan of convenience foods, even though I like to cook. And it's taken a while for me to sort of flip a mental switch and start enjoying preparing the stuff that I have to prepare for WildFit. But I'm moving in that direction. And I guess the other thing that's occurred to me during the call is I used to really, given how much sugar I ate, I mean, I knew it was bad for me, but I kept having this nagging feeling about, gee, you know, I'm maybe setting myself up for diabetes. And it's nice to know that by some miracle I escaped that. And if I can stay on WildFit, I'll continue to escape it.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely a great observation. And I don't know if you knew this about me, but I had been diagnosed pre-diabetic quite a few, 4 or 5 years ago at least. And it really seemed like no matter what I was doing, I wasn't really making progress in getting those numbers down. But yeah, I'm like so thrilled to not, I mean, I had thought when I did the challenge that I was probably going to add, beans and stuff back into my diet on a regular basis, more grains, a little more rice, stuff like that. Really about the only time I eat rice now is when I have sushi. And I don't do that often. So
you could make your own sushi with cauliflower rice.
no, not really. That's one I don't think I
Okay.
can pull off.
I did try to take my cauliflower because I'm not a fan of cauliflower. But I did break it up in pieces and I not soaked it, but added some olive oil and some garlic. And then I put it in my Ninja and I roasted it.
Mhm.
So it got really brown, but not done. So I have to figure out, maybe bake it first and then roast it, air crisp it.
I can say something for that, Linda. I was Googling for cauliflower rice, how to make it, and found recipes too. But one of them for a cauliflower fried rice, you actually brown it first and then you cook it at low heat covered to cook it through. So that might help.
Okay, yeah, that does. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I did it, I think a little backwards when I did it because I don't think I steamed. I should have probably steamed it. That makes better sense.
Yeah, and only for a little bit because remember, we just want to scare those vegetables.
Right.
Yeah, just until
Right,
it's
a little
tender
bit.
enough.
Yeah.
Well, they landed up in my spaghetti sauce I made a spaghetti sauce. I put some Polish sausage in that. I put my mushrooms in there. I put my cauliflower in there and called it a day.
There you go.
It was good.
Awesome. Well, we're at the top of the hour. I think you guys have done a great job. I want to thank you so much for everything you're doing. Keep up the good work. And we'll see you back here on Monday.
Okay, sounds great, Sally. Thank you.
Okay, have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.